If I told you that a young man stabbed another man to death for telling him that he was in the wrong seat, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and the other black, and then I asked you to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know the answer immediately. Young black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it, and it's time that we speak honestly about it, or nothing will ever change. Look, this is one of the most racist tweets I've ever seen. Yeah, there you go. I like this angle a little better. Sounds great. Thank you. All right. What do I want to do next? There we go. The resistance is here. There we go. Let's get started. Let me know what's a good volume for this video. I'm gonna pump it to 50%.
Oh my goodness. So you guys need to understand how many people were begging me to do a video on this story. They were just harassing me, bro, just haranguing me. Just, Lucas, you can do a video on this story? It's because the victim's white, you're not gonna do a video on the story, huh? It's because, you hate white people, is that white? Bro, they were just screaming and hollering because they thought they had the smoking gun. There is a forced narrative, and the forced narrative of this story that I came across was there was this innocent white kid, okay? He was a student athlete, and you know what? There was this violent black kid, and this white kid just simply told the black kid, hey, can you move, please? Can you really? I just want you to move, please.
This shit is funny to me, too. I'm never gonna make it through this video because I'm gonna pause this shit and fucking put in my own 2 cents. But this shit is crazy because this happens all the time when these things come up. First of all, the racists were on this shit instantly and created a narrative that there was no proof. You know what I mean? Like, the story wasn't even fully out, and they was already on some shit, where it was this kid was some, just evil, no good, type of kid, and these innocent young white students were just, please, can you move, sir? And he was just on some gangster shit. At first, it was he didn't belong there, he wasn't allowed to be there. And then, they asked him to move, and he was belligerent, and then wanted to, stab somebody. First of all, isn't murder usually like something that has to be premeditated? Like, they charged this kid with murder without even, he said it was self-defense. So he told them that off the jump. We know that the brother that's still alive said that his brother put hands on the other kid. Like, that's not even disputed. So this kid was never afforded the benefit of self-defense, even though we know that he was not the aggressor. So I always think it's funny how these racists just jump and create a narrative that a lot of times is just not accurate. It's false. But it doesn't matter, because just like a news station that wants to get ahead of a story, they don't care about the accuracy of the story. They care about beating everybody else to the story. And then if they're wrong, they'll issue a retractment, but it's some shit that comes a week later that no one's even paying attention to, nor does anyone care, because their audience is looking for that dopamine hit of black man bad, white man good. And so they get that dopamine hit. They don't care about the fucking retraction. They already got the hit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to bring up the Matt Walsh tweet so y'all can see exactly what they do. If I told you that a young man stabbed another man to death for telling him that he was in the wrong seat, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and the other black, and then I asked you to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know the answer immediately. Young black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it, and it's time that we speak honestly about it, or nothing will ever change. Look, this is one of the most racist fucking tweets I've ever seen. And this guy, I don't know who the fuck Matt Walsh is, but the fact that he even feels comfortable saying this. I mean, he just painted the entire race as wildly, outrageously disproportionate, wildly violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. I mean, I can't think of anything that's more false than the fact that this guy thinks that young black males are more violent than any other race that exists out there. It's just a fucking crazy. He don't have no statistics to back this up. He just says that's just a fact. Well, where are you getting these fucking statistics from? Well, like prove your fucking statement. One of the things, educated people, and I'm assuming this guy is probably college educated or something. If he's, I don't know, what's his fucking theocratic fascist? Oh shit, he even admits to being a fucking fascist. Best-selling children's author. This guy's fucking manipulating children with his books. World-renowned DEI consultant. This guy must be like a fucking troll or something. I don't even know. Let's just look at the wars that have happened in the last, 50 years, 100 years. Let's go back 100 years. Name a race that has killed more people than either European, Slavic, or American troops. When you think about predominantly white culture, Europe. Predominantly white culture, Russia. Slavic peoples. America. I mean, if you were to add up the numbers of people that have been slaughtered in war, it's not even fucking close. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what facts this man is talking about. And you would think after 400 years of oppression, slavery, violence, lynchings, the treatment that black and brown people have had in this country, where's that violence at? Where's that violence against our oppressors? If we're so fucking violent, why aren't we fucking hanging these people, our oppressors? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me get back to this shit. That shit, I went off on a tangent.
They did this, y'all remember Ahmaud Arbery?
They know what they're
He
doing.
had a hammer. Oh, he was looting and robbing. Oh my gosh, it was self-defense for the white guy. Oh my God, this guy was a criminal. He attacked them. And they will run with that story. That'll be the first thing they do. They push it out. They push the narrative out because they want to get ahead of the truth. Because as we know, once it goes to court, that's when we get discovery. That's when we get the facts and the evidence. And that's when their narratives fall apart. And during that time, just as with this story, they will either A, switch it up, okay, they'll move the goalposts, or B, they'll lose interest because now it doesn't fit their narrative, right? It doesn't fit their more black narrative, right? So that's what we're seeing, right? That's what we're seeing right now, is that people, upon, more evidence coming out of what transpired that day, people are starting to lose interest because now it's showing that, oh, this kid wasn't just some angry.
And let me say this, man. When it comes to self-defense, two people being aggressive towards one person, you should be allowed to have fear for your safety. I mean, they talk about cops fearing for their safety all the time. It'd be one black dude unarmed, and he do something, who knows what, you know what I'm saying? It could be literally just fucking bending over. And the cops will fucking unload their entire clip in that man or woman or child. And they are justified because they can prove, or at least, in front of a jury, they can claim that they feared for their life. They feared for their well-being, even though they are the one that's armed. So this shit right here, this kid is approached by two football players. We talking athletes, strong kids. And I know there's more information that's coming out, and we're going to watch some videos. I don't know the information yet, so we're going to be finding out in real time. But I know there's more information that's going to come out because apparently there was some drama beforehand between these kids and maybe this young man. So we're going to find out. But it should be reasonable for this kid to fear for his well-being, for his safety, if two football players are approaching him and being aggressive.
This now leads us to the next one, which is Rob Bushy Smith. The reason why we call him Rob Bushy Smith is that he was kicked out of the Republican Party due to him being a homosexual.
So the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists wanted me out of the Republican Party, and guess what? I'm out.
But at the end of the day, he has to get a check, right?
And
he has rent
still-
due, just
and
like
they
everyone
still-
else. The only difference is he's prostituting his skin color as a shield for racist beliefs of the people
Wanna
who
sell out
I don't
their
know,
own
five,
people.
5 people who still follow him.
To be adjacent to
But he
whiteness.
goes on and talk about accountability.
Talk about
he can't
self-hating,
believe
boy.
the black
Some
people, yada, yada, yada.
hate
There is a GoFundMe that has been set up for Karmelo
the fact
Anthony,
that they
the
were
17-year-old
born
black
black,
kid
boy.
that killed the 17-year-old white kid. And let me tell you something, black people, you have a serious lack of accountability culture, because only a people that have zero accountability would literally take money out of their own pockets to set up a GoFundMe and to send money to a young man that killed another man.
Yeah. What about Kyle Rittenhouse, though? Remember the GoFundMe for Kyle Rittenhouse? I wonder how he felt about that. I wonder if he was talking that shit about that. For some reason, I highly doubt that he had the same take on Kyle Rittenhouse. Well, maybe I'm wrong. oh shit. See this guy? I should have known he was going to talk about it anyway. I'm over here pausing, but let's make sure we don't go too far. Daniel Penny,
Man
you know what I'm
that
saying?
Killed another man.
Let's go. Daniel Penny, everyone should be familiar with that, but if you're not, he's the guy that was on the subway that strangled a man to death that was, I believe, having some type of mental episode, yelling at people, something like that on the subway. He might have been threatening people, but anyway, Daniel Penny choked his ass lifeless, killed him, and white people couldn't wait to come to his defense. So let's see. We also got Kyle Rittenhouse, $200,000 to support his rush to help his legal battle. You know, went to a protest with his AR-15 strapped around his body, looking for trouble, found it, ended up getting away with killing some people. McMichaels, Appeal for Fairness and Truth. This one I'm not familiar with. Oh, no, I do know who the McMichaels are. They were the Ahmaud Arbery family. Yeah. White people came to this rescue too, huh? Appeal for Fairness and Truth. Another GoFundMe, huh? $43,000, huh? Yeah. Derek Chauvin, Legal Defense Fund. Oh, $208,000. Wow. Wow. Man, the hypocrisy is crazy.
My goodness. So one thing
I love
that
his
always
hat, too.
amuses me about these races is that they can always dish the
I wonder
hatred,
if he,
but when it comes back at them, they claim
he
victim.
sells
They
those.
have like an unhealthy obsession with claiming victim without ever being victimized. It's weird. For example, you know, when we have a Black Lives Matter, what did they say? White Lives Matter. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Hey, black people, don't be a victim, be a victor. That's what they want to be without ever being victimized in this country. For example, the most recent one, when it comes to the memes. And I just find it interesting because I have been, and many other people that I've seen, have been inundated with George Floyd memes. Even when the court case was going on with Derek Chauvin, they raised money for Derek Chauvin. There have been nothing but George Floyd memes mocking what happened that day. Just mocking this man, calling him Fentanyl Floyd, all of these deranged, racist, perverse tactics and, you know, antics that they're
And we
doing.
have to
Now,
see
what
this
has
shit
recently
all the
happened,
time,
too, as
bro.
far as what
That shit is so demoralizing sometimes. This is something that be bothering me, man. As someone that's a gamer, I've been gaming since Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES that came out, man. You know, but since the onset of online gaming, man, the amount of racism that you have to deal with. You go, one of my favorite games, Star Citizen, go in there right now. The racism comes out within minutes. Another game I like to play, Delta Force. Go in that chat. Racism within seconds. You know, during COVID era, COD had to do this huge campaign to fight racism because historically, COD lobbies, the moment that a black person speaks in a lobby, in a chat, all the racists come out, boy. They will drop the N-bomb. I mean, anything. Anything. I mean, these guys are ruthless, man. And it's all they think about. They put Trump in their name. You know, it's their entire identity. And for a lot of young white men, it's their go-to when they get angry. And it's really difficult to just, you know, be a, you know, I mean, I've lived through it, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm used to it. But like, I feel for like my son, you know, other kids, young black kids, that this is mainly what they see when they go online and just try to have a good time playing video games. They get to see a lot of these kids just spewing hate and saying things to demoralize them, to put them down, make them feel inferior. And what's crazy is you go to like other countries, like sometimes you can pick what country you're in, you know, like the country, the region that you're a part of for the lobbies. You go to these other countries' lobbies, you don't see any of that. It's almost exclusively an American problem.
And what they try to do is then label you as the bad person. Oh, why are you so violent? What? This is the form of gaslighting they do. They'll smack you in the face, and then when you retaliate, why are you so violent? See, they're violent. You see how violent they are? They'll call you an N-word, and then when you retaliate, oh, why are you so violent? What's You have low impulse control? This is the form of gaslighting that they do. And when you see it, or when I see it at least, you just have to laugh at it. You just have to laugh at it because it just screams an inferiority complex, right? They clearly have an issue with their own life. They have an issue of where they are in life, and they need someone to blame. So it's either black people or the Jews. Moving on to the story, which is just nothing more than, you know, MO for this lineage of evil, is that they did something that I found to be extremely heinous, like absolutely crazy heinous, and just wicked. These people are so upset at black people defending their own, someone who says that they defended themselves in self-defense. They are so upset that a black student would have the audacity to defend themselves against, you know, a white aggressor, that they tried to cancel the Give, Send, Go page of Karmelo Anthony.
Hold on. Let me see what that tweet said.
To cancel the...
This will encourage other black kids to kill a white kid for money. Not only should Give, Send, Go be shut down, but the money should be confiscated. Look at these fucks.
You cannot expect reciprocity. You have to understand. You go and give them the benefit of the doubt, and then they label you as a devil. That's what they do. You go and give them the benefit of the doubt. Well, maybe that's, you know, we have to wait and see, right? It's always wait and see when it comes to one of them. When it comes to black people, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Yep.
And unfortunately, this is what we have to deal with in this country due to many of these, you know, these races, right? Due to the races, and, you know, the races have, you know, funding, which they use to have, you know, a Stephen. This is where we get a Candace Owens who puts out a documentary on George Floyd trying to, you know, put Derek Chauvin in a positive light. This is what they do.
Crazy.
There's a business around vilifying black people.
But yeah, man, I've really been wanting to talk about this subject, and I'm glad, you know, I like Amazing Lucas a lot, man. I've been, you know, over the last couple of weeks or so, I've been listening to a lot of his commentary, man, and, you know, he's spitting, man. You know, this dude, he definitely, you know, he's not afraid to talk about it, be candid about it, you know, and you know, I appreciate his opinions on the matter. So, everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. You know, we're gonna do it again. So we'll see what happens, and you know, I bid everyone a good night. Hopefully tomorrow everyone has a good day. You know what I'm saying? And we'll do it again. It's your boy Herb Digital signing off.
Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.